Recently, I saw the movie Pulp Fiction. This movie's great. The storyline is great. The characters are amazing. Especially Samuel Jackson, who I didn't see a lot of before the movie. I saw him in Iron Man and in the Star Wars prequels a long time ago when they first came out in the galaxy far, far away. Yeah, I didn't really see a lot of him, and he was fantastic. Oh, and he was also in True Romance, which I saw, but that's beside the point. He was great. He has a great philosophy, despite being a mobster. John Travolta, great. Uma Thurman, great. Bruce Willis, of course, he's John McClane. He's great. I can't really name off. Christopher Walken. There's a hilarious scene where Christopher Walken comes in and he's giving Bruce Willis as a child a watch, and he says, it was passed down from your great grandfather who was in World War II to your grandfather who was he was in World War One, and then passed on to World War II, and then passed on to his father in the Vietnam War. It's all normal until Christopher Walken says, we were in a POW camp, and he knew he was going to confiscate the watch, and he knew you were born, but he hasn't seen you yet, so he stuck it in his ass. And he kept that thing in his ass for 5 years until he died, and they gave it to me, and I kept it in my ass for 5 years. And now I'm giving it to you. I just find that funny. Christopher Walken is hilarious. He was great in True Romance. He was great on SNL. Sorry. That was my hat. He's great here. Christopher Walken is just hilarious. I love him. Not screw that. Bruce Willis is awesome. He's a boxer who is so awesome because he's Bruce Willis that he actually kills another boxer in the ring. That is awesome. It's Bruce Willis, and he's a boxer. He killed another boxer in the ring. And then the cabaret asked him, what would it feel like to kill a man? It was a lady, I should have said it. Not really that deep. And then Bruce Willis just said, well, he was dead. Oh. Because he's just that awesome. Samuel Jackson, of course, he has the famous line, and you know my name is Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee, and then he shoots the guy. Of course, great line. I now quote that a lot. I saw it this weekend. I quote it a lot now. This is almost a movie that is about nothing. This movie should not have worked on any level, and it works on every level. I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It has some kind of confusing sequential storytelling that I think the average moviegoer would find very confusing. I'm like, okay, so this happened, and then John Travolta gets shot, and he's in the next scene, and you're like, what? How is he still alive? It's unsequential storytelling. You have to ask somebody who's seen the movie many times, or you yourself need to see the movie many times before you can actually get it. Of course, the dialogue is great, and again, the dialogue in this movie should not be interesting. And it is. It's very interesting. Like John Travolta's, they're like just talking while they're driving, and he says, I want to go to Amsterdam. And he's like, why? Well, because, cocaine's illegal here, and I think it's cocaine. Maybe heroin, I don't know. It's something. I forget. But in Amsterdam, you can just carry it around. It's legal to own it, and technically, it is legal to distribute it. And that's like listening to John Travolta reading a history book, and it's awesome. I just don't know why. It's just so interesting. And then he talks about, you know, oh, I just don't want to spoil the movie for you because it's so good. I've spoiled so much of the movie for you. Go and watch this movie. Go buy it from Best Buy or Walmart or the nearest store. Just go buy it. It is awesome. I love it. You'll love the characters, great directing, great storytelling, great dialogue, great acting. And there are some funny bits. Well, there are some bits that are actually quite terrifying that I don't want to spoil for you because this movie is really good. So yeah, check this movie out. This movie is great. Watch it and you will love it. Trust me. Now I do know that there are some people that do not like this movie. I think that they need to be electrocuted for not liking this movie. This movie is great. Or given a frontal lobotomy, and then they need to watch the movie again to see how good it is. Yeah, this movie is great. I love it. It is one of the best movies I've ever seen. I guess I should stop here.